Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to This Barry Live. I'm your host, This Barry, because who the hell else would be hosting a show called This Barry Live besides Barry? That'd be really fucked up. So yeah, I'm coming back on here for just a short bit. Just going to do a little test here and see how the connection and everything works. I am in a new place, and I recently got things set up over here, so I don't know how well the internet and stuff like that's going to work. Wanted to try it out. It's supposed to be really fast internet. Everything's supposed to be working pretty decently, but you never know till you try. It's probably going to be pretty fucking echoey in here. So what's going on, everybody? Let me check and see who's in the chat. Now, they've got things set up differently from when I used to be on here, which was like 50 years ago. And there's like a new little chat box and a bunch of other crazy shit over here. So let's check and see how this works. Apparently, they got a chat box now in OBS. So I'm going to look at this thing real quick. My quality probably ain't the greatest, but you know, we ain't doing nothing fancy. You know, I thought to myself, I said I could go out of my way here. I could put something really fancy together. I could have some super awesome intro, but I ain't got none of that shit on this laptop as it is. And I either wait and get that shit put together, or I just go live and I just cut loose. So that's what the fuck I'm doing. I'm cutting loose. Bigger than any fart you've ever seen. Let's see what we got. We've got, God, you motherfuckers got me so nervous about reading names now due to years ago of past events, but I'm going to take my fucking chances. All right, so we got Bassett Star 76. How you doing? We got Cool King live streaming. Well, you just got your whole fucking thing in there in the name, don't you? I guess we know what you do. We got Busnut 33. How you doing, buddy? We got Talge 879. I hope I didn't just say something extremely offensive, but I probably did. We got Storm Wraith, the Rat Monster. Well, welcome to the stream, Rat Monster. We got Brian Lines. We got Cody Phelan. You tell me. I have no fucking clue. Sorry about that. We got Blue Boy. I can't believe I almost misread that one. That was pretty easy. We got, we got a few people here. I try my best to address everybody, but I ain't going to be able to go over it every single time because there's going to be probably like different people show up. So let's see now. We got Santana Foulard. How you doing, buddy? See, we got Busnut 33 in here. Hey, I actually got a mob. What's going on, Busnut 33? How you doing, buddy? So yeah, it's been, god dang, I don't know how long it's been. It's been a while. It's been since when? 4 years ago? I don't know. It's been a long time. I have no clue. I honestly didn't go back and look. So I know it's been a while since I've done anything. And I just kind of wanted to break out right now. Not do anything super duper special. Like, not have no big grand events. I wasn't going to do like some big ass return where the lights go off and like there's pyros goes up and then like it's like the WWE and I have a Titantron countdown and then it just counts down and it's just like my big ass butt like in the camera or anything. Like, I didn't plan on doing that. Don't get me wrong. That would have been real nice and sexy, but that's not what I went with. Instead, I decided just to hit the live button. Let me read through some of these comments here. It's going to be a little quieter than it used to be. Because before I would just read through the comments without even like checking. I'd just go through and read them as they were happening. And boy, they can lead you to some serious shit. So give me a second here and read through here. What's going on, Jordan? It's full M. Barry. Yes, it is. Except there's an A in there. My fucking name is not spelled with an E. It is with an A. Enjoying the weekend, are you, Busnut? I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing all right. See, Locomotive Gaming is asking me how I've been doing. I've been doing pretty good. I probably stopped streaming around the time of, and I'm going to say the banished word. It's like fucking Voldemort, or it used to be. But I stopped streaming around the time of COVID, when that was happening. But COVID, I think, was rough on a lot of people, which is kind of fun. I did a video, like, honestly, I sat here and I did a video telling people, where I've been and what I've been doing and all this stuff. So I don't know if I'll go over it all again here on live stream. But in that video, I basically was just saying that, COVID was rough and there's a lot of shit happened. I think that hit everybody, honestly, because it hit a lot of people's work, and at the time, it hit me directly because of, there was somebody that I knew that worked in the medical field, and there was a lot of shit that went down with that, a lot of issues with work. So I was going through a lot of stuff, I will say. And it's not just that. I mean, COVID, I think, drugged people out a lot. I mean, it drugged people out emotionally, too, because you got stuck in the house a lot. You had all these, like, shit and rules and everything being applied. And the worst fucking part about it is, god damn, man, I am eating my words because I came on there. One of the last streams that I did was talking about COVID. Well, I don't know about the last streams. I think I did a few with Billy Bob. But one of the last ones I did just like as myself was I was on there and I was talking about COVID and people were asking me about it. And I said, fuck it. It's just being overhyped and shit. They're drawing it out. It's going to be more drama than anything. I've never been more fucking wrong in my goddamn life. But here's the thing. You got to understand, at that point in time, I was coming from the perspective of shit like West Nile and things like that, where we had so many viruses that were blown out of proportion, and it was always bullshit every single fucking time, and that's all I knew, rinse and repeat. I only saw that, so there was no way I predicted there was going to be such a fucking groundbreaking event that altered everything the way that it did for so long. We're still dealing with it. More than fucking ever, man. I mean, I can't tell you how many fucking times I've heard the word inflation in my goddamn life. Every single time you walk into a fucking store, you go to buy something, you don't even have to hear somebody say inflation. You just know based off those prices, yep, that's what the fuck that is. Sometimes I think they just make some shit up just to up the prices. But I mean, fucking everything is just crazy in price and everything. It's insane, man. That shit went wild. Let's see, what is people saying on here? What's 33 says 3 years. You mean since I've been gone? Yeah, sounds about right, yeah. I was thinking 3 or 4 years, but I don't know, give or take. Why were you out of... yeah, I'm trying to explain a little bit of that. Have I heard about Billy Bob Tanley's videos getting taken down on YouTube? I did, believe it or not, but I'm still very close in with that stuff. I still talk to Billy Bob all the time. What were you doing after you left YouTube? Well, I guess I can go into a little bit of that right now. We can go over a lot of things if you want to. I've seen some shit that's going on with WWE too, and I've been thinking about talking about that even though I'm not on Wrestle Chumps right now. There's a lot of things I'd like to talk about, but I guess first we'll just go into a little bit of me. $7 for a small box of Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah, that sounds about right, Busnut. I ain't bought Cocoa Pebbles in a long, long time, but it's probably entirely true. I wouldn't put it past it. I mean, fuck, everything's insane right now, man. It's fucking nuts out there. How you guys doing? Is everybody doing all right? Are you fucking making it? Are you living out there? Are you able to afford rent? Are you just sitting here watching my live stream on the streets? I wouldn't be fucking surprised. But, yeah, I'll go a little bit over some things. Yeah, so basically, like I was saying, a lot of drama, a lot of shit. COVID hit hard. I had a lot of stuff happen in my personal life. I ain't going to every single detail, all right? I ain't going to explain and describe every crevice of my asshole to you guys. Calm down. I know you're excited. I ain't doing that. So I'll just say life was rough. I went through a lot of things, a lot of traumatic experiences, and a lot of bullshit. But all that matters is that even though I've still got some stuff I'm working through in life, I'm doing really fucking good. That's all you need to know. I'm doing really fucking good. My life's going really fucking good. This place that I'm in right now, this is my new place. I bought this fucking place. It's paid off. I ain't got to worry about nothing anymore. Everything's going great. Job's going great. My life's going great. Everything's wonderful. My health is fucking fantastic. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I ain't, knock on wood. Honestly, I don't know if this desk is real wood or knock on fake wood. I don't know if that still has the same effect. But, yeah, point being, I'm doing fine. My health's really great. You know, about 3 years back or whatever, I was telling you guys a lot. I don't know who all's in here from like the original people that used to come on, but I was telling you guys I had a lot of health issues and I had a lot of shit with my stomach and all that kind of stuff. And I dealt with a lot of things. Holy shit, did I deal with a lot of things, man. I mean, I had like the upper GI processes where they stick the pipe down my throat. I had the colonoscopies where they stick the pipe all the way up my asshole. I mean, that doctor got himself a good old-fashioned show. And I went through hell. getting stuff done. But I'll tell you right now, it's all solved. Everything's taken care of. And like I said, I'm healthier than I've ever been. And I'm super happy with that. I've not had any more problems. I'm great. And basically, I've just been really busy with my job in life. And my job's kept me busy with that. That's been it more than anything. I've just been locked down with work. But I'm getting to a point now where I'm getting things set up. This big-ass room that I got here, big-ass empty room, it's not ready yet. I wasn't ready to do fucking streams. I don't know how's the echo on you guys' side? Do you guys hear like a lot of echo? Because I can't hear this shit. I don't know how loud this microphone is or anything, but it's not ready yet. I don't have everything set up. This place is still getting everything done to it. I'm still doing renovations. I'm doing work on this place. I'm working on the kitchen in this place. God forbid, man. I'll go ahead and say the forbidden word with the kitchen. I got some black mold that I'm taking care of in there. You know, that's the glories of buying a used place. You have to take care of things. But, I was aware of most of this stuff. And I'm getting stuff done, doing renovations and everything. Overall, this place is perfect for me. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath place. It's very spacious, very nice, and it's worth putting the elbow grease in. You just gotta grease the fuck out of that elbow and put it in there. So it's worth it. Let's see, what do we got here? Will Wrestle Chumps return one day? Man, scandal and the famous... Yeah, absolutely, they're going to be doing something about the Vince McMahon stuff. I've been debating on it, but yeah, I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. Honestly, I might talk a little bit about that here. I don't know if it'll be on Wrestle Chumps or not directly, but I'll probably talk about it. Maybe I can clip something, put it on there. But I'm just now getting settled in. That's a long shot saying settled in. I'm to the point now where this place has electric. I mean, I had to do every fucking thing you can imagine getting this place set up. I mean, everything. Like, this place hadn't had any kind of electric pole or anything put on it. I had to set it up from the ground up, fucking literally and figuratively. I had to set it from the ground up, getting the pole and everything set up for this place. So we just got electric and everything's set up going, so it's good. Now I can start getting into things again. And I kind of just wanted to break my way into it. Like, I didn't want to go into it slowly and say, oh, it's going to be on this day that I return, because I don't really give a fuck about getting a bunch of views. I don't give a fuck about ad revenue. I don't give a fuck if YouTube wants to take me down. I don't give a shit. That fucking stuff does not matter to me. I'm coming on here to have fun. That's it. I'm going to be putting stuff together the way I want to. I've got a goddamn day job. I don't need to fucking worry about this stuff being like a job or anything like that. I could care less. I'm just here to have fun. That's it. So we're just going to do whatever the fuck I want to. And if YouTube decides, hey, fuck this guy, hey, come at me. I don't give a shit, But we're going to have fun with it, man. If I say something or screw something up, that's how it goes. Let's see. Thank you, Bust Nut. Thank you, Alice, sir. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm a legend worth of shit, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Zach. But yeah, about the Wrestle Chump stuff. I have heard about the Vince McMahon thing. And, God, man, I guess I'll just go into some stuff right now. I don't know if this stream's archived or not, so I might just be wasting this. I could probably put it on the channel. But I've seen this stuff with Vince McMahon, and I don't really... Is anybody fucking surprised? I mean... The guy's the fucking devil in human form. Everything that they're saying he did, I promise you he really did it. Even if somehow he goes to court and gets off the fucking hook somehow, I don't know. But if he does, I'm telling you, he still did it. Like, he's gotten away with so much shit, it's crazy. Fuck that guy, man. He should have been out of the business 100,000 years ago. He's still in there. And he's still doing terrible things. Now, I've read some of the texts and stuff. Oh, god damn, man. It's awful. It is awful. I gotta be honest, I couldn't read through every bit of it. It's fucking atrocious. But I read some of it, and I heard through other people what's going on and like some of the stuff that he did. Not to go into too many details, but I heard he like shit on someone's head or something like that. What an image to imagine there. But I've heard a lot of bad things, seen a lot of bad things. I'll just say, if they finally get Vince, they deserve to get Vince. I think he's a piece of shit. Like I said, I don't doubt for a second that he did all this fucking shit. Not for a second. So that's my opinion on Vince McMahon. I also saw some complaints going around about The Rock. Has anybody seen that? Has anybody seen what's going on with Twitter? Have you guys seen all the shit that everybody's throwing at The Rock right now because of the SmackDown stuff? God dang, man. I'll tell you right now, The Rock is one of my absolute, hell, he's my absolute favorite WWE superstar. And it is a damn shame to see at the drop of a hat how many people will just turn against somebody. And I'm not trying to say that I don't understand people's perspective about what happened with the Cody Rhodes stuff and everything. But I don't agree with just like all of a sudden everybody's coming out saying they just fucking hate him. And that's happening, man. I mean, I was on Twitter and I saw people on there just saying, I always liked Stone Cold better anyway. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. And I'm just like, how do you go from like, this guy was the greatest wrestler of all time, I loved him, he's my favorite, to fuck him? How do you just turn on somebody like that? And like I said, at the fucking drop of a dime, man, I don't know. I don't agree with how people are reacting to it. I do agree that The Rock deserves some criticism. I watched that segment on SmackDown where he came out there and it was the poorest fucking execution I've ever seen of an event. I don't know how The Rock ever thought he was going to not be the heel in that scenario. Like, how did he think that was going to go? You know, like, here's Cody Rhodes. Everybody wants him to go to the top. Everybody wants him to win. I'll give my opinion on that in a few seconds. And you just come in there and it's like he basically says, here, I'm going to open the curtain and make way for a great Rock, you know, young man Rock who needs this opportunity. I understand why he's getting flack. I get it. And the way that he executed it is fucking awful. I don't understand what's going on in The Rock's mind with that one. I don't know if he wrote that, like if he had that plan or somebody backstage had it planned and he just went through with it. Considering his new position of power, it's very likely that he had something to do with it directly. But I can't say for sure. I'm going to assume so, though. The Rock's always seemed like he's been in pretty good control, even before he had a position of power. So him coming in there all of a sudden and just taking that spot from Cody was pretty fucked up. And there's really no way out of it now. That's the worst part about it. There's really, if the Rock bows out right now and he says, hey, I am going to let Cody Rhodes have his shot at WrestleMania. I'm going to let him do what he needs to do. Let you guys have, that finish the story stuff. If he does that now, it's not really going to do much for him. I mean, he's already shown, his ass on that one. They're already going to know he did it, like he tried. So I can't say much other than I think The Rock really fucked up with that one. And the best he can do is maybe like shoehorn him in like a triple threat or something. But let's face it, how's that going to work out for him? Especially if, let's say he does a triple threat and he fucking wins. That's not going to work out any better for him. So everybody wants Cody Rhodes to get in there and they want him to beat Roman Reigns. My personal opinion on that, boy, I'm probably going to get fucking chewed out for this one because there's a lot of fans of Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is good on the mic. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's got a good look to him. But I don't think he's an exceptional guy. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think he's an exceptional wrestler. I don't think he's like the level of like a Stone Cold or something like that. I think maybe he can be, I don't know. But right now, from everything I've seen, he's just not at that level. He's not even close to that level. I've seen guys like at a lower level win the title. So I'm not saying it's not possible for guys like that to win the title. But more than anything, I feel like right now, if Cody wins that title, it's like a fucking charity. It's like they're just giving it to him. Like they're doing it because the fans cried a lot and said he deserves this. I don't think that's right. I think we should get past this Rock stuff. Just go through the WrestleMania. Let Cody build himself up. Let him take a little more time than he's taken. I mean, I know he won a Royal Rumble and then he went and won another one, did all this stuff. But in my personal opinion, it's not about hard work by itself. There's plenty of people out there that's hard workers. My grandpa was a fucking hard worker, but he didn't win the WWE title. Hard work alone is not enough. You have got to have hard work and you have got to be exceptional. You've got to be talented. You've got to be the total package. You know, there's people that's worked a lot harder than Cody Rhodes that's never going to get that opportunity. And you know what? I can't say they deserved it. Hard work don't make you the most talented guy in the locker room. It just don't. And I know a lot of people, like I said, will probably be pissed off at my opinion on that. I'm not saying he's not capable. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying I don't think right now is the time. But if that's what people want, they can give it to him. I just feel like it kind of makes it into like a charity. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of that. And you know what? I honestly don't think Cody Rhodes does either. And as much as I don't think Cody Rhodes likes shaking The Rock's hand and giving it to him, I kind of think he really just wanted to get that out of the way. He didn't want people to just try to give him something. You know, he wanted it to be done. And I don't think Cody Rhodes is going to disappear. He's a young man. You know, he's still got plenty of time in him. The Rock and Reigns stuff has been talked about for a very, very long time. But unfortunately, the timing could not be worse for The Rock to be coming back and essentially burying Cody Rhodes, because that's what everybody wanted. Whether or not I think it's the time or not doesn't matter. That's what everybody wanted. And yeah, technically The Rock did bury him. Poor ass execution. Just fucking terrible. I can't believe that that's how The Rock decided to go through with that fucking segment, man. That's just the shittiest way of doing that. It's like he could have done anything before WrestleMania. Any kind of build-up that could have led to that. You know, he could have sat down. Hey, let's write something down. Let's be really, really thorough with this shit. And instead, he's just like, how about this? Cody, fuck you. I'm going to be at WrestleMania instead of you. You just give me your spot and walk away. I mean, there was a point where The Rock like goes up to Cody and he like gets in his ear. He's like shaking his hand. I don't know if he hugged him or shaked his hand. I don't know. I only watched the second once. But he like shook his hand or hugged him or pat him on the back or something. But he like goes in his ear and says something. And I'm pretty sure what he said was, "Fuck you, get out of my ring." I'm pretty sure that's the exact words. God dang, man. I got this new gaming desk. Not to get off topic, but I got this new gaming desk. It's really cool. Got like the 2 shelves and all that shit. But I put my cup holder over here on the right because it's built like 2 desks. It's a big-ass desk. It's built like 2 desks. But I put my fucking cup holder over here on the right, and I'm going to have to swap it over here to the left where the headset holder is because now I'm having to like do this number to get to the fucking cup holder because originally I was planning on sitting this way. But now I'm sitting this way, so, you know, fuck it. Hold on, I'm going to go through and read the comments, guys. Sorry, I've not been ignoring you. I'm just getting off on my fucking tangent. You know how I am. You know how I am. Give me a break. God damn, man. My fucking microphone's hitting the red, so if I'm being too loud for you guys, I guess just lower the fucking volume. I got me one of these new stands for this Blue Yeti, because I had a stand for the old microphone, but I ain't using that one no more. And it's working pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. If you guys let me know if the audio sounds like shit or anything. Alright, I'm going back into the comments, so expect some quietness here for a second. I'm going to read through. Busnut33 says, I hope you guys some funny skits in mind soon. Busnut, the thing with that is, remember years back when I used to tell you guys I was going to do stuff every fucking time and I never did any of that shit? I'm afraid to say if I got something planned. It doesn't matter how certain I am about what I'm doing in the future or what I've been working towards. I ain't going to say anything because back in the day, man, I stuck my foot in my mouth so many fucking times and then so much shit happened. I mean, I ain't even in the same house anymore than I was. I did so much shit and basically fed you guys so much bullshit that I don't want to say, yes, I'm doing this because look at my fucking pattern. But I will say that I want to, and I've been working towards things. And I have a good level of certainty about stuff that I'm not going to talk about yet. But that's all I will say without fucking myself over. Somebody says, oh, wait, there's Barry's back. You damn right I'm back. Or the reason. Vince and HHH are the reason that the entrance stage setup sucks. I've not really paid much attention to the entrance stage setup. The barricades having LEDs. I did see the LED stuff, but I didn't see it in the actual show because I've not really kept up with the show. I'm just seeing all this shit on Twitter or X. Thanks, Elon. But I'm just seeing all this shit like through basically the news. I did see like the LEDs on like the video games, like on WWE 2K23 and shit. Will Jeffrey Gaggins return too? He did actually upload a video, but it was an older video that him and Green Psycho were playing Bloodborne a long time ago. So he's not made any new content, but he's got a lot of old stuff that's in the archives that he's planning on putting out that's not been released, including one with me in it and a bunny rabbit. So he's actually currently working on another video. That's what I'll say. Jeffrey will probably have another video out before I do, because he's currently working on one. But I am technically in that video, but it hasn't been released. It was actually recorded like 4 years back. But he's going to put that shit out. He's got a lot of old stuff. What's going on, Otis? How you doing, brother? JC's Entertainment says, hi, Barry. Otis is chilling with me and say hey, hey. How you doing, JC? What's going on, man? Here, you can't believe I'm back. I don't think a lot of people are gonna. I think a lot of people are gonna be kind of surprised, but I didn't do it dramatically. I didn't like. There's no lights or flares or anything. I just decided to hit fucking live on it. I even had my fucking music, man. Like on the current laptop, I got this really nice laptop and everything, but it's brand new. There's nothing on here. I got no files on here. I had to go on fucking Google and look myself up. And there was like some fandom thing that someone had. They got like a fandom thing where they got shit written about me and everything. And I found some pictures of myself in the fandom. So thank you, fan people, because I took your fucking images and used it as my live stream stuff on here because I ain't got shit on the laptop. Dwayne went full Disney. God, yes, Pussnut. He really fucking did. I don't think I went over that. I actually did something earlier because I was planning on putting a video up in the future talking a little bit about that stuff. And I'm getting confused of whether or not I talked about that on live or if I did that in the video. But what I was saying in the video was it really hurts my heart to say that The Rock has been my favorite WWE superstar my entire life. But I can't say that he is at the time. But it's not because The Rock isn't my favorite superstar. It's because this version of The Rock that he's been playing since 2013 or 14, I fucking hate it, man. This whole, kiss your babies and put on a big smile and bullshit corporation, perfectly well-spoken horse shit. It's not The Rock, man. Like, wasn't like that in the 90s. It wasn't like that around 2003, which was my favorite Rock, back when he did the heel gimmick, because I think that was actually more the real Dwayne Johnson than anything, honestly. And this current Rock is just as bad as fucking John Cena ever was. I used to rag on John Cena, too. And I'll tell you right now that he did the same fucking thing. And it's funny because he cut this promo a long time ago. I think it was just before his second match with John at WrestleMania. Maybe his first. I'm not sure. But he talked about how people can see through bullshit. Get the fucking message, Rock. They can. You're the new bullshit. Like, you're the new corporate shit doing this garbage. So I'm kind of upset about the character change. And I'm just talking about the character. Not talking about Dwayne Johnson. I love a lot of his stuff. His movies are great for the most part. Love his interviews. Love his stuff with Kevin Hart. Dwayne Johnson's a great performer. I enjoy him as a performer, as an entertainer. But as for the character, The Rock, the current Rock, it's fucking awful. I can't stand it. It's just corporate trash and everything's got to be perfect. I hate the current Rock. I don't want him in there anymore. I think The Rock needs to fucking read the room. He's getting booed. It's one of those times where I'm going to admit something right now, and I don't know how many people are going to believe me because back at this time I was pretty upset about it, but I actually genuinely kind of wanted John Cena to win the second match at WrestleMania. That's the truth. It happened just a little after that promo where The Rock was getting shaken about the shit written on his wrist and all that shit, and like, I was kind of torn because John Cena did win, which I didn't expect. And I was upset about it because, I was a big fan of The Rock. But at the same time, I was like, just like under my breath being like, fuck you, Rock. Like, this is what you get, buddy. Like, you came out there, you were getting booed. John Cena was actually starting to win some promos against The Rock. Rock was sabotaging himself coming out there with that whole fucking trending shit all the time. Trending worldwide. You chant this way, you chant that way. Like, he was fucking sabotaging himself because he was doing exactly what John Cena was doing, which is why people didn't like John Cena, because it was like there was this fakeness to it. Nobody fucking likes that. They loved The Rock. When he first came back and he was talking about the Fruity Pebble stuff and everything, everybody was behind The Rock. They were 100% on board because it seemed authentic, because The Rock was out there laying the smackdown on his candy ass every single night on that microphone, and then all of a sudden he starts becoming John Cena, and then you're kind of like, I don't know which one's the bad guy here. Kind of fuck them both. And that's kind of how I felt. I kind of wanted The Rock to lose a little bit because I wanted his ego just, toned down a little bit. He came in there, like there was this fucking segment where he was talking about The Miz or something, and he like stops and he's like, now you have my attention, Miz. And there's like this deep tension to it, and I'm like, Rock, since when in the fuck are you like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat or something? Like, you're this intimidating force, like you got the attention of the fucking king now. It's like, get off your fucking high horse, buddy. Like, I started really not liking the way he basically portrayed himself. Like, he didn't realize what his own success was. It's like The Rock forgot what made The Rock The Rock, So, I get. Anyway, back to the point here. God, you got me off on a rant. Fuck bust that. But back to the point here. You're absolutely right. He has went full Disney, and I'm not happy with it. You heard my opinion on Cody Rhodes and everything. As much as I'm not like, I don't like people attacking The Rock the way they're doing. I don't. It doesn't mean that I'm happy with The Rock either. I'm definitely not. I've got my fucking issues with him. I hope he, because we all know The Rock's a smug, arrogant motherfucker. And we love him for it. It's fun. We enjoy that Rock. But when he comes out there and does that fake shit, we hate him. Like, I know we do. I know I'm not the only one that can't fucking stand that. Rock needs to just embrace what he is. Go out there and be a smug, arrogant fuck. Be an asshole. Talk down on people. Call them jabronis, whatever. Don't try to embrace just the people. Let me tell you something. The people will embrace people. They will embrace superstars. They will embrace people that essentially don't talk kindly to them all the time. That don't kiss their ass all the time. That don't give a shit about their opinion all the time. That seems to be what people want. Because it feels authentic. It's going against the grain, man. Like, it's real. You feel like this motherfucker wants this. He's trying to earn this. And he don't give a shit what anybody thinks. And you feel that. And The Rock has just fucking lost his way. Because it's like all the lessons he learned from the 90s and 2000s and stuff, he's just erased them and went all, like you said, Disney. Went all fucking corporate. Went all fucking Hollywood. Which could be good if he utilized it in a villain arc, which he's not doing. And when I say villain, I just mean who Dwayne Johnson is, because I think Dwayne Johnson's a smug asshole. And I do believe that. I think he can be humble. I think he can, he does like the Make-A-Wish donations and everything. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to him saying who's the best, The Rock thrives off saying, fucking me. I'm the best, and I'll prove it. I'll go out there and whip all your asses. Not just in the WWE, but in real life too. So him all of a sudden trying to be G.I. Joe fucking, hero, it's horse shit. Let's see, JC says, Brock Lesnar is removed from WWE with Vince allegations. To God, yeah, I saw that too with Brock Lesnar. It's a fucking shame, man, because Brock Lesnar is one of my favorite WWE superstars because of his sheer athleticism, man. He's an absolute fucking unit of a wrestler. He's an amazing performer. He's not the best on the microphone, but who the fuck cares? I mean, he had Paul Heyman out there. He could do anything he wanted to do. But now they've had to take him off because apparently he's a shit stain of a human, allegedly. And they're thinking that he had some involvement. Look, when it comes to Brock, I've heard stories. I heard a story from Jim Cornette where Jim Cornette said that his girlfriend that Brock Lesnar was performing with got a piercing in her nether regions. And he told Brock Lesnar, hey, try not to grab her in that area because she's got a piercing there. And according to Jim Cornette, Brock Lesnar deliberately went for that area and grabbed her and like scooped her up and slammed her or did some shit like that. Because Brock Lesnar does come off as a fucking asshole. I have never once looked at Brock Lesnar and said, that guy seems like a good fella. So if he was being essentially given a woman, as a opportunity to come back, as basically incentive to come back. If he was given a woman, I don't put it past that to be possible. He does have a wife. He's married to Sable, a former WWE diva. I know they don't use the word divas now, but that's what they used to be called. And but she seemed a little like she wouldn't mind too much. Not to say she didn't know about it, but she didn't seem like she would, because she seemed very, like she was into porn and stuff like that. And that's not the dog on any porn stars. Doesn't mean you can't trust them. I'm just saying it usually means that your lifestyle is a little more open. So odds are she probably did know Brock was sleeping with other women. If that's the case, he's probably slept with a lot more than this one. And she's probably doing the same. And this is all just me throwing some assumptions out there. None of this is confirmed. So before anybody roasts me alive. But I'm just saying, based off of the little bit I know of their lifestyle and the lifestyle of WWE superstars in general, it seems possible that they were probably both a little loosey-goosey. Not that that's the biggest concern. The biggest concern is the fact that somebody was probably getting trafficked, and Brock took advantage of it, if he knew, which I can't say for sure if he did or did not, but he might have been involved with it. So, it's possible. But yeah, I'm really fucking upset about the fact that Brock Lesnar is going to be lost, because he's Brock Lesnar. It's incredible matches, but if he turns out to be filth of a human, that sucks. I'm glad we got what we got of him. I'll go back and watch stuff, but if he doesn't perform anymore, that's just how it goes. Not to mention, from what I have read, the motherfucker didn't like wrestling or doing things unless Vince McMahon was involved anyway, so odds are he probably wouldn't want to do anything anyway, because he kind of treated Vince McMahon like his daddy in that sense, and he was kind of like, I'm only doing shit if Vince McMahon's in charge. Well, with all this shit, it's like not only is Vince McMahon not in charge, but apparently he might be taking you down with him, which is sad, because it won't just be Brock Lesnar's WWE career that takes a hit. Anything that he wanted to do outside of that too, if he ever wanted to do anything with UFC again or whatever, they're not going to let him do it anymore because of the allegations, especially if it gets confirmed. So he's going to take a major hit. Not to say that Brock needs anything else. He's fucking well off enough, so it's not like firing him is going to destroy his life unless he's just terrible with money. But it is going to affect him. And if he did do this and he knowingly did it, then, you reap what you sow, man. Let's see. Yeah, full Disney. Absolutely. I didn't miss any comments, did it? It didn't knock me back down, did it? Let me see here. I don't know how far these comments go. I've been talking so fucking long, I've missed a lot. Otis says, I can't believe you're back. Yep, I'm back. Like I said, this fucking stream was not professional at all. I got nothing professional going on right now. I intend to, but not at this moment. Any more reactions, Barry? It's a good question. I don't want to set myself up to just be a reactor, but that's not to say that I won't pick specific kind of content to do a reaction to. If you want to hear old this Barry get on another big fucking rant, I can get on to my thoughts on some shit I've been thinking of for a while with reactions. I've seen a lot of people that's been encountering a lot of issues with reaction content, but I will go into that in a few seconds. Hold on. Where am I at here? What's my favorite type of music? Zach Carmen asked. Probably rock. I really like rock music. I'm a huge fan of rock music. One of the things one of the singers that I really liked, that a lot of people just fucking hated, and I've seen some people defended him, but I actually liked, and he's not like my favorite, it's coming up because I'm thinking about it. I actually liked Nickelback, and fucking everybody said his music was trash. I don't know, man. I liked him, but yeah, I like a lot of that. I also liked, I think his name was it Creedence, that did some music. I also like, they sounded very much the same. I like that singer too, but I like music like that. Bought XFL, talking about the rock buying the football thing. What the fuck happened with the football thing? Yeah, thanks for reminding me, D. Helix. I fucking forgot. Like, he's part of the new merger or whatever of UFC. What happened to the football shit? They're probably just going to fucking sell that. Run Cody Rhodes' development about finishing his story. It's all over the place, man. But the fucking football thing, I don't even know where the shit that had. Like, what's going on with that, Rock? Rock's awesome, but you don't know how well he'll do in WrestleMania. He's getting a little up there in age. He hasn't wrestled in a little while. I'm sure he's trying to figure out the choreography of that match. They're sitting there doing some dark matches. I'm sure he's training up, busting his ass. But, you know, last time he was in a ring, or at least the time before that, he got himself injured. I think he tore his pectoral muscle or something like that. Rock is getting up there in age, which means those dramatic movements and things like that can harm him more. But I will say that The Rock has been, aside from the few injuries he's taken, he's been a very impeccable wrestler when it comes down to his performance. I see him doing a good match, unless he fucks up and like injures himself. And even then, I see him trying to finish it. But I see him having a good match with Reigns. I don't see it being anything exceptional. It's not going to be like a crazy good match. It's just going to be fun. But unfortunately, he's going to get booed out of the fucking building because of the stuff with Cody, and I don't know how you can avoid that, man. I mean, he's destined to get booed, and it's going to suck because everybody's going to be this loud talking about how much they hate The Rock. They're going to boo him out of the building. They're going to downvote the videos. They're going to go over there. They're going to kill the ratings. But I bet you the fucking tickets sell out the ass. Isn't that funny? If only people could talk with their wallets as much as they did with their big fat mouths. Oda says Cody's mediocre. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he has a lot of room for improvement. That's all I will say. He's a good wrestler. I think it's sad that he's probably going to win the title like a charity. They're going to give it to him just to shut some people up. And that sucks, because I think he had an opportunity to earn it. And that's not how it's going to be. I think they're going to basically fold and say, all right, give him the title because everybody asked for it. And they're not actually going to have plans for it. And it's just going to be a shitty situation. BBT says, what's going on, BBT? Says they're going... I didn't tell anybody that I was going live, because I'll tell you right now, I didn't plan to go live. I just set my shit up on here and was like, oh, well, look, my live stream's available. Might as well go ahead and hit live on it. I didn't tell BBT either. So everybody's just kind of showing up. Yeah, probably going to change it to a triple threat. That's true. It's going to be predictable if they do, but it's probably going to happen like that. It's probably going to be a triple threat. And if they do make it a triple threat, you got to wonder, are they going to let Cody win the triple threat? Because it's not just about Cody finishing his story, man. There's so much shit on the line. It's not even the title. The title is insignificant at this fucking point. It's Rock versus Reigns. Rock putting Reigns out, taking the streak from him. It's Cody wanting the title so that he can finish his story. And, I mean, above all else, I will say the biggest thing, in my opinion, is the fucking streak of Reigns. Like, they just wanted Rock in there to kind of be like the competition that everybody's been asking for. It's, Roman Reigns' cousin, whatever. But if they let Cody win, then he's taking the streak of Reigns, which is like the longest streak. I think it's like in the history of WWE or something. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think it is. So that would mean Cody lands this landmark thing. He's basically not as big as like Lesnar Taker, but on par with that. Like, you're beating a guy that's basically set a new record for the title. And I don't know if Cody's the one for that, man. Like, there's a lot of great names out there that deserve that. And I can't say that Cody's the one that deserves all that shit. Like I said, it's nothing against Cody, but he's not the most exceptional guy I've ever seen in the ring. He's not like the best in the business. It's like, fuck, man, you're giving him something that I'm not sure he's the one to give to. I've also seen there's guys like L.A. Knight. Thank God I remembered his name. But there's guys like L.A. Knight, the guy that says words. I forgot what word it is. It's either what or yes or some shit like that. But he says a weird word. Like, everybody liked him too, and I think he's kind of just imitating a little bit of the Attitude Era stuff. Sure. But, like, he's another big up-and-comer, and people like him too. It's like, are you sure he's not the guy for that? Are you sure it's Cody Rhodes? You better be absolutely fucking certain. All right? Because once you strap on and you're riding that fucking horse into war, the rest could be history, man. I don't know if they want to. I don't know if they want to take that risk. Don't get me wrong. I don't know why the fuck they picked Roman Reigns to be the one to have this streak. His streak is far more important than he is. Him as a performer, meh, at best. Sorry, Roman, but he's okay. I mean, he ain't nothing fantastic. He's honestly not, in my opinion, he's not any better than Cody Rhodes. Honestly, to give a little credit to Cody, I think Cody's better on a microphone than Roman Reigns, personally. But, you know, he's already got the streak, so you can't change who has it, right? Don't think Cody deserves that just because he works hard. Yeah, I was saying something like that earlier. I don't know if you had heard me, but I was saying that it's not about the hardest worker in the room. It's about the hardest worker and the most talented. You got to have those things combined. Sometimes it's not even the hardest worker. It's just the most talented. The WWE is not an actual sport. It's not a genuine company in that sense. It's because they try to put it off as if it's like this athletic thing, but I mean, for the longest time, there was a lot of steroids involved in it, like the Federation and everything. There was no real athleticism in that sense. There was a lot of fake stuff, and I don't know, man. I can go into this forever, but hard workers is not what people think it is. And besides that, even forget about it being what people think it is. Forget my definition of what I think a hard worker is. It's not what it takes to be the top guy in the WWE. As I was saying earlier, I've seen a lot of people that's worked a lot harder than Cody Rhodes or anybody else that'll never get a shot at the title. Hard work is not everything, man. You got to have an exceptional level of talent to be the champion, or you should. I've seen people be the champion that I have no fucking clue how they got there, but they were. So, you know, it's WWE, man. Let's see, somebody says they're back. Holy shit, I think I just bounced down to the bottom of the chat, so I probably missed a fuck ton up here. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Where the fuck am I, man? I have no clue where I'm at in this chat. Apparently there was a lot more down here than I thought there was. Let's see, Alistair is saying, meanwhile, WWE doesn't listen to people like me and TD, I don't know if I'm reading that right, TWRP, when we want Baron Corbin to win the title. Don't know anything about Baron Corbin, can't speak about it. He might be a good performer, he might not. I can't speak on him. That's the thing, guys. I've not really kept up with WWE that much. This is just the news that's been hitting Twitter. And I've seen it, and it's relevant to me because I used to watch the old stuff, and God forbid, you know, Vince McMahon be as bad as he actually is, but it is the way it is, man. So I seen that shit happen, and I was like, well, I got to talk about Vince. So you guys might, no disrespect, but you guys might cast a lot of names in WWE that I just don't fucking know, or I've heard them and I don't really know much about them. So the Corbin guy is definitely one of those guys where I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about him as a performer. Okay, this is where I'm at, because that was BBT talking about the triple threat. Yeah, let's see. Enough about wrestling. How is Uranus? You'd want to know, wouldn't you, bust nut, you sick fuck? 100% agree. This is giving off 2019 vibes. Man, I've been talking so fucking much, and I ain't talked this much in a fucking long time that my throat is drying up on me, so I'm starting to sound crackly. Eventually, I'm going to sound I was going to say like Gaggins, but I mean, he sounds more like Mickey Mouse on crack. Just sound like sand here soon. Feels like the good days, somebody says. Yeah, it's pretty fun again. Gets rid of the white ropes on every show. They got white ropes on every show? That sounds fucking awful. I mean, I ain't seen it that I know of, but it sounds fucking awful. I don't think that's a good color for ropes. Otis Show says, like your new place. I mean, it's one little spot here that I got really nice and decorated and everything. I'm still working a lot on things. I still got to renovate the kitchen entirely. I've got a lot of stuff I got to put into this. I was talking about that earlier. This place is under a lot of renovations. But it's going to be fucking gorgeous when it's done. It's beautifully built, man. I mean, it is solid as fuck. It is fucking solid. You fall down on these floors, you're going to break your ass. Spur of the moment skits are the best. Sometimes I get fucked up. I've had a few get fucked up. Just put them on the back burner. What's going on? Toby Woby says, welcome back. I'm reading this quietly, all right? I've got too much fucking history with reading things out loud and it fucking me over. Thank you, D. Hallex. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it feels like old times. We will eventually. We'll get in some new stuff. Talking to Busnut there. Get on it there, Otis. Put up some new content, brother. More Barry. Gaming Fishman says, how you doing, Gaming Fishman? What's going on, brother? Missed you a lot. Yeah, I miss doing it, man. I miss getting on here and just ranting and shit. But I think for me, I don't get me wrong, the reactions are fun, and I could actually enjoy some of the reactions, but a lot of times it could just feel like work, you know, like you're just sitting there and you're just watching a video, and not every time did you want to watch the video. I, more than anything, just like to engage with the people. I like to get on here and I like to talk. Lord knows I love the microphone, so that's my thing. I just like to get on here and talk to people, so a lot of times when I come on here and stream, I can't guarantee it'll always be reaction-based. If there's something that I feel like I can react to, that clear my throat there. If there's something I feel like I can react to and it's worthwhile and it's something I actually feel like I'm going to enjoy, once you never know till you watch it, but it's something I feel like I'm going to enjoy, I might pop it up on here and watch it, because I've got a reaction what are they called, scene here on OBS. I've already built me one just in case I decided to go on there and have my face down in the corner and all that stuff. So it's up and ready for the little reaction thing. I'm not ready even if I wanted to, because I don't have a second monitor sitting right here yet. I'm going to order me one later. I've got a big-ass motherfucking TV sitting over here. It's a 65-inch, like 4K Ultra HD, what the fuck they call it, HDR. It's got all the good shit on it, but I can't use it as a second monitor because I'd have to like get a very long HDMI to connect. And even if I did that, I'd have to like pack my camera with me and I'd be sitting in the middle of the fucking room. So, because I can't look at it like this. This thing's so fucking big that I can't, looking at it from the side, I'd be fucking blind. So when I get me a second monitor, select things may be reacted to. Very select things. We'll go into some future plans here in a few seconds without talking too much. Like I said, I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth, but we'll talk a little bit about some things that I feel like need to be addressed that I've not talked about in 100 years or addressed, and I know people are probably thinking about some of that stuff. We'll get into some other things here in a second. Right now it just sounds like I'm rambling. Let's see, where was I at? Where the fuck was I at? God dang it, man. The worst thing about this chat thing they got in OBS is like if you come back with your mouse and you put it in here and you start scrolling again and there's been a lot more comments, it pops you like in the middle. So I get fucking lost. So I'm sorry if I missed some of you guys' comments, but, you know, I don't know exactly where I was. Was I here? As Busnut talking to somebody. Apple should buy Disney. I don't know. I think Apple and Disney are kind of very similar. Possibly. Where am I at? What's going on, Evis? I almost said Elvis, but you know, I think that's what you're going for. You motherfucker. Let's see. Yeah, that's what he's going for, I do believe. But I'm not reading that full name because I don't know what it means. I ain't reading anything I don't know what it means anymore. Busnut says, let's make a date to play Dead by Daylight, Barry. Me, you, Otis, BBT, I miss you guys. I love Busnut, motherfucker, are you still playing that Dead by Daylight game, man? I remember you talking about that shit years back with Dead by Daylight. I'll tell you right now, though, I did see some content on there that seemed really interesting. They've had a lot of characters. I've got a friend that talks to me all the time about that shit. He's telling me all the new characters. He's telling me all the new workarounds, the way they're built, the stats, how things like, I think it's like a, what's it called? The Kiraris, the killing system, their main attack or whatever. He's like telling me all this shit. And I have no fucking clue about any of it because I've not played it so long. I mean, maybe It's possible. I got it. I got like the Xbox and shit sitting over here, and I also got it on PC. And I got a lot of other games I wanted to play too, man. You guys been hearing about the fucking Pal World, or almost called it Palmon. That shit's been going around too, and I've not really had the chance to play it. Like, I've just kind of skimmed through it a little bit. And I feel like there's a lot of things I need to give some time to with video games. I'm still getting this place set up. It's still got a good ways to go. When I get it set up, I'll probably start playing some games. I actually did bring the capture card over here, and I put it in the little shelf that I just built. So I got the capture card ready for whatever system I play shit on. I got this laptop. I'll tell you right now, I got this laptop, and it's a hell of a laptop. Don't get me wrong. This is a beast of a laptop. It's got an RTX 3060 in it. 3060 is okay. It's a pretty good gaming laptop. That's a pretty powerful GPU. But I don't know how well, and it's got a lot of RAM in it too. It's got a lot of basically everything. But I don't know how well it will hold up doing like a stream at like 1080p while playing a, like, you know, full ass video game with the specs turned up. So I might have to, because right now I can play most things on high settings. Like, there are some things I might have to turn down a little bit because it's a 3060, an RTX 3060. And it's it's a laptop RTX 3060. So most things I can play at high, but there are some things that are, especially nowadays coming out, that I have to turn it down a little bit. I think Dead by Daylight would be perfectly fine to play on there. But yeah, we might have to play a few other things too. Dead by Daylight it's like an acquired taste, man. It's one of those things where I love hearing about things in Dead by Daylight, and I love watching gameplays in Dead by Daylight, but myself personally suck at that game, like, so bad. I played it probably about 6 or 7 months ago, and I finally figured out how to do the generator thing, and I think it was like you have to click when it actually hits the thing, and I wasn't clicking, I was letting go. Like, it had been going into the thing, like you're supposed to hit it in the middle or whatever, and I was letting go of it instead of clicking it. And I had been doing that, like, from the beginning, and wondering why I sucked so bad at these fucking generators. So that's how fucking bad I am at Dead by Daylight. The learning curve is super simple, but I never had anybody really talk me through it. And I didn't watch, like, any videos, so I just kind of ran at it. And I found myself playing mainly Survivor. I never really played Killer. Because, another embarrassing moment, because when it comes down to Killer, I can't fucking hit anything, man. Like, I'm running, I'm chasing these fuckers, and I'm just, like, trying to stab or slice at nothing, and I'm hitting fucking air every time. I get my ass kicked every fucking time, so I just go back to playing Survivor. So, I'm so fucking awful at Dead by Daylight. That's why I don't, like, jump on it all the time. Let's see now. But yeah, it's possible, Busnut. We'll definitely have to get something. If anything, we'll play a little bit of Dead by Daylight and maybe do something else too. I don't know what else you've got, but I don't really play much Nintendo anymore. But if you do any kind of PC stuff, I've got a lot of shit on Steam. Otis, I've skimmed through so much shit, I don't know what you're talking about. You said that's so stupid. But I've been through so many topics. I'm sure it was, though. I'm sure I'd agree. Yeah. So it'd be fun to play Dead by Daylight. I mean, you heard my opinions on that one. We'll see. The best ranter. Man, my fucking throat's giving out on me. So I might have to slow it down and call it a day here soon, because I'm drinking as much water as I can, but this water cannot keep up with the energy and the mastery that is motherfucking this Barry. It just can't do it. It's like I'm trying to take the field, but I'm burning it too fast, man. So my voice is starting to crack. Let's see. If you smell what the Hollywood Rock is cooking, man, I'd love for him to go back to Hollywood and be a fucking asshole. Embrace anti-heroes except Black Adam. Oh my fucking God, man. That movie just bombed. It bombed ass bad. And all I saw was memes of it. That's all I saw. And The Rock, from what I have heard, really went in with an ego and was like, this is going to be the greatest thing of all time, and I'm going to basically pioneer the DC universe into a new world. And it's like, where did he come off thinking he was going to do that? I mean, why did he think he was going to do that? It's not like The Rock's known to be the best actor in the world. He plays The Rock every fucking movie he plays in, and he's just like a good action star. Man, you're going to need a lot more than just you being The Rock in a superhero movie for it to be the greatest thing of all time. Now, as big of a stinker as it was, I don't know if I expected that, but considering what the history of DC has been, it's not surprising, to be honest, that it bombed. I mean, what the hell has DC really put out lately that's been fantastic, that's been amazing? You know? And I watched the Wonder Woman movie, and, people said that Wonder Woman was really good. I thought it was okay. I didn't find anything fantastic about it. I feel like a lot of people just really blew that up because, the whole strong woman stuff and everything, and they just wanted that movie to be like this big, centerpiece for women superheroes. And I'm like, I'm sure there can be an amazing woman superhero, but I don't think it was that movie. I feel like there's room for much better heroes than that, because I just thought it was okay. I didn't hate it. I just thought it was okay, the Wonder Woman. But yeah, DC's done some real stinkers. There were things I liked, like even with Batman versus Superman. There were segments, like little parts. I'm saying segments like it's like I'm fucking wrestling. But there were little parts in Batman versus Superman that I thought, this is kind of cool. But that was it. Everything else was written like shit. And Lex Luthor was shit. I don't know why the fuck that, I think his name's Jesse Eisenberg. I don't know what was going through his head when he was like, the Joker. That's who Lex Luthor is. He really fucked that one bad. Okay, so I'm guessing I'm really far behind because I see people talking about The Rock, and Toby Welby was talking about his fake persona, gets him money, so I doubt he'll be himself for a while. I don't know, Toby. I disagree, buddy. I think he's starting to take a hit in his wallet. I think he's actually starting to see it now. I have seen videos of a lot of people criticizing his fake-ass personality. I saw one of my favorite YouTubers on here was talking about him, and he was criticizing his fake-ass Hollywood personality and how he was one of the fakest superstars, or I guess Hollywood stars that he'd ever seen. It's becoming more regular. The Rock is not as flawless as people used to see him as, and he is going to start taking a hit. He's probably already taken a hit to his wallet. So I think it's going to change. And at least in wrestling, not in every real world. In real world, you'd be in some trouble. But in wrestling, I think it is going to change because I think he is feeling it. I think he's feeling this fake shit. And on top of it all, I had heard. Now I don't know about this. All right, I don't want to go on another big tangent. But hey, you motherfuckers like it, so I'm gonna get on a big tangent. I don't know, if this is true or not, but I have heard that The Rock told a little bit of a fib on the fuck is that guy's name? He does podcasts. He's bald. He used to be like a fighter. Anyway, Joe Rogan. Yes, him. The Rock was on his show, and apparently he told a little bit of a fib or something like that. And God dang, I almost said Joe Biden. But he told a little bit of a fib from what I've heard. Apparently he said something about the UFC, or thinking about joining the UFC during an event that they were having, and apparently that event didn't happen during the time that he was saying it happened. So they caught The Rock in a fib, they're thinking. It's possible that maybe The Rock just messed the timing up, but if that's possible and he actually did do that and he actually fibbed a little bit, I will say that's uncharted territory for The Rock. He don't need to bullshit. He has no reason to bullshit. He has no reason to try and look tough like he wanted to get into UFC. The Rock is plenty fine as he is. He don't have to be a real fighter. He don't have to do any of that shit. He used to play football. I think it's horse shit if he is telling little lies like that because he don't fucking need to, man. I mean, he's The Rock. If he has been fibbing and saying things like, oh, I was going to be a UFC fighter, just so that he sounds tougher amongst this group of people that actually did fighting. It's like, Rock, buddy, you don't have to be able to kick someone's ass in real life to kick ass in life. I hope he can understand that, because it sounds like that's what's going on. Like he's getting a little defensive about the fact that he's not a real, not athlete, but a real fighter. And it's like, buddy, who cares if they can all kick your ass in real life? You're the most successful fucking like box office star in the world. I don't know about now, but I know he was for a while there. And it's like, and you're going to worry about whether or not you are known to kick somebody's ass. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Don't lie and try to make yourself sound tougher. That's all I've got to say about The Rock, if that's the case. Who knows? Maybe The Rock, maybe it really just slipped his mind and he fucked up. I've watched a little bit of that segment and he seemed pretty certain about what he was saying, which made it come off a lie. But maybe he just slipped up. I don't know. Maybe he fucked up a little bit and was just like he didn't remember it right or something. Hopefully. Otherwise, it just looks like he's trying to be tougher than he is. It's like, The Rock is tough, man. I mean, let's put it this way. He has been blessed with genetics. All right? The motherfucker is like 6'4", almost 6'5", or something like that. You know, his daddy was a fucking wrestler. They're all built like rocks. No pun intended. I mean, he can beat the shit out of just about any average person on this planet that doesn't have a gun. So I don't think he wants to go one-on-one with a gun anytime soon. Because, you know, rock, paper, scissors is fine, but rock, paper, scissors, and gun, that's a whole different story. But I think when it comes down to The Rock, he can beat up just about any average guy. He's fucking fine. But when it comes down to like a trained athlete that's like actually trained in like jiu-jitsu or some shit like that, yeah, The Rock's probably going to get his ass kicked because he don't probably know the slightest fucking thing about that stuff. And that's just the way it is. I mean, as long as the guy's somewhat in his weight class. Don't get me wrong, it's possible someone smaller than him could still beat his ass if they have the right techniques or whatever, but, you know, there's weight classes for a reason. Even so, though, I think The Rock could lose to a smaller guy in general if they had the right training because The Rock is a performer. He's an actor, you know. He's got great stage presence. He can kick anybody. Like I said, he can kick the average guy's ass. He can kick my fucking ass up and down the road. But, you know, you stick him up against a guy that, you know, say was around my height, around 6'1" or something like that, and then you basically put some muscle on him and you train him and he's got all this, you know, jiu-jitsu or some shit like that, he's going to kick The Rock's ass. He's just going to. It don't matter if he's bigger or not. And it's not anything that The Rock needs to be ashamed of, man. It's fine to say I can get my ass kicked. You don't have to lie about that shit and say I could have been a UFC star. Who gives a fuck? You're the greatest, like, fucking box office attraction in the fucking world, man. Why do you need that too? I don't know. I heard about that lie, and it did seem to fit. If you're wanting to know what I'm talking about, I would say go look up... God dang it, I forgot his fucking... Joe Rogan. Go look up his fucking show again, the segment with The Rock in it. I'm sure somebody's highlighted it. You'll see what I'm talking about where they say they caught him in a lie. It's a damn shame if he did lie about it. I don't think it's like a make or break or anything. It's just really kind of embarrassing. And don't do that, fucking Rock, man. You're the greatest fucking guy in Hollywood. You ain't got to do that. Let's see. It says, I used to really like The Rock, and look, I still like it, but it's already difficult to put your big ego into the mess that buried Cody. I agree that it was, if The Rock was in charge of this segment, and I'm going to assume he probably was considering his position of power right now, but it's all just speculation. If he was in charge and he wrote this the way that he did, and he just shook Cody's hand and whispered in his ear, fuck off, which I'm just saying that as a joke. He didn't actually say that. But that's basically what he should have said. Then, yeah, I mean, that was awful, and he really should not have done it like that. It was just, like I said, terrible execution. If he had to have the main event at WrestleMania and he had to face Roman Reigns, he should have built up towards it. I'm sure I could sit here, give me a fucking pen and paper, I could have wrote this out much better. I could have wrote this fucking segment out much better. I could have built this up. All I needed is fucking 2 weeks of build up. I could have wrote it better than that execution. The Rock just coming out there shaking his hand and sending him off there. But, you know, I think fucking anybody could have. There's so many better ways to have made that happen. And, of course, he just pulled some bullshit and came out there and just shook his hand and said, fuck off. Absolute garbage way of doing that. Of course The Rock's going to get flack for that. I can't believe he thought that would be okay, like nobody would care. I don't think he understood the level of support that Cody had behind him to become the champion because of the whole story stuff and everything. And it puts me in mind a little bit of the Daniel Bryan stuff. Back when they did like the Blue Tista and all that shit. Because when Batista was in there, he came to the Rumble. He won the Rumble or some shit like that. And he beat Daniel Bryan. And they fucking ate Batista alive. And I didn't think Batista was deserving of that. Because I was like, he's still wrestling fine. He's still doing fine. But they wanted Daniel Bryan. And this is basically that same scenario all over again. Did Daniel Bryan sell tickets? From what I have heard, no, he didn't. But that's who people wanted. And you can't tell the people not to want something. The way I see it is give them it. And if it don't work, just say, there you go. But I understand that's easier said than done because that could be a financial loss too. And, I'm sure Triple H or whoever's in charge or whoever's sitting around bouncing this shit in their head, they're having to kind of balance this shit. They're saying, is Rock and Reigns going to be a bigger attraction? Fuck yeah, it is. It's Rock. He's a global sensation, not just in WWE, but outside of it too. Of course. Is Rock going to wrestle much longer? He might not. This might be the last time he ever wrestles. His age is against him. So they're sitting here doing the math, and they're saying this might be the last time we have the opportunity for The Rock. Because if you heard about the writer's strike, I know The Rock didn't have a lot of jobs for a lot. So this is why he probably had the time to do this, meaning that if The Rock don't do this right now, he may not do this for another 3 or 4 years, and who's to say his age is going to be on his side in the next 3 or 4 years? So I understand why they had to figure out a way for The Rock to do this now, hit it while it's hot. But it's like the execution was poor. That's all I can say. I do think if they had waited, it's possible that this may never happen with Rock and Reigns. Rock, he could have an issue tomorrow medically. I mean, the guy's not young. How fucking old is The Rock? Let me look it up real quick. Let me just look him up and just check it out real quick. He is 51 years old. God, he's 51 years old. Yeah, you kind of have to do it fast. You might not have time to do this again. And no, the match probably won't be the best in the world. I think it'll be okay because The Rock's a decent wrestler. Even with just a few weeks of training, he should be fine, or even a few days. But it ain't going to be nothing phenomenal. It's just like this is your last shot. This may be, it's possible, not saying guarantee, but it's possible it could be the last match Rock has. So I understand the rush to do it. Like I said, I'll go back to it over and over and over. The execution was fucking awful. The timing was fucking awful. Everybody being behind Cody Rhodes, wanting him to finish the story and all this stuff, was fucking awful. The Rock was running into a wall. There's no way out of this. If he goes through with it and they get the attraction of the superstar that he is, they pull in all the people. Let me tell you, motherfuckers, he's going to get booed. They're going to make money out the fucking asshole off the ticket sales. Way more than just Cody would have made if Rock hadn't been there. No offense to Cody. The tickets are going to sell more, in my opinion, than Cody could have ever sold. But the fans will not be as happy. They will boo The Rock out of the fucking ring. That's just how it is. Because who's going to be there? Who's going to buy the tickets to the event? Mainly wrestling fans. Now, obviously, globally, the ones watching it and getting the advertisements or whatever the fuck, I don't know how they're streaming this. I don't know where it's popping up. But those views are going to be from everywhere. I mean, every fucking news place on the planet's going to be watching. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You would not have had that with Cody Rhodes. The money would not have been there. And Triple H and the others knew that. So they weighed their options. And I can't guarantee, my honest opinion, that they made the best decision because, I will keep saying this, sorry for repeating it, because of the execution. That's it. It should have been done differently. That's it, man. I just can't fucking believe they just went through with that. Shakes his hand, tells him to fuck off, that's it. Let's see. Feel a lot of superstars are involved in Vince's stuff. Fuck yeah, they are. Fuck yeah, they are. Absolutely. I've been hearing rumors about shit for a long time. I mean, hell, I heard that just through, random fucking forums and stuff like that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon had some stuff going on. Now, that is not confirmed, so don't say that, don't go back and be like, well, Barry said... I have heard that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon used to do some stuff together. That's all. I'm just saying I don't think it's impossible because WWE is pretty fucking strange in general. The shit I've heard sounds accurate. They sound like they do some wild shit, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised. I heard about the Stephanie McMahon Macho Man shit too. You guys know that one, I'm sure. Bus not asking for a link to do with something. Let me see. What's he talking about? Corn. I don't know what the fuck I missed, but I'm kind of happy I did. It says, remember when Braun Strowman was cool? God, man, don't get me started on Braun Strowman. Such a missed opportunity. Such a fucking missed opportunity. How do you have monsters like that and just throw them down the toilet? I don't know. And in today's wrestling, the average wrestler is probably like 6 foot tall, which, don't get me wrong, is a good height. But in wrestling, it's, you know, compared to like the 90s and stuff, that's pretty damn short. Nowadays, if, you know, Braun Strowman makes everybody just look, you know, like a fucking piece in a board game. Let's see. It's sick, and if they did, they need to be punished. Talking about the Vince stuff, yeah, absolutely. Will I live stream with Billy again? At some point, yeah, absolutely. Billy is probably... he's probably fucking pissed at me right now because he had talked to me about possibly doing some Wrestle Chump stuff. And I have been very iffy on doing Wrestle Chump stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about that shit because news ain't evergreen. And the segments that I have on there, you know, they're going to age like shit. I don't like doing news streams very much. News is not my kind of thing. So I think when I come back, I think it'll be in something bigger. I was just sitting over here doing some work. And I was like, let's just hit live. That was basically the fucking thought process that went into returning today. Let's just hit live. Fuck it, let's go. But I do my best work with fuck it, let's go. That seems to be when I do my best shit. Let's see. Locked him too. Not sure which one you're talking about. Oh, we're on to the talking about Nickelback. Yeah, man, I like Nickelback. And I mean, I'll be honest, I got introduced to Nickelback with Spider-Man, you know, where he did the song. And then I started looking him up and I started saying, you know, we all want to be big rock stars, blah, blah, blah. And I liked that fucking song, egotistical as it was, you know, I liked it. And I just started like kind of going down the list and I was like, this guy's motherfucking cool. Lo and behold, he's probably a super duper drug addict. But his music was great. Where the fuck did that come from? Like, we're just jumping on topics here. Where the fuck did it come from that Nickelback sucks so bad that he became like the fucking standard of people saying, you know, making jokes about, I bet your music taste is Nickelback. Like, you know, he became like the standard butt of every music joke. How the fuck did that happen? Because even if he wasn't like the best in the world, he wasn't that bad. And like I said, in my opinion, he was his band was good at this music and everything. And all of a sudden, it's like everybody just jumps down his throat and they're like, piece of shit. Like, did he do something? I mean, I didn't like, there wasn't much with YouTube or anything back then. We're talking about back in the motherfucking days of MySpace. Boy, did I have a fucking amazing MySpace profile, by the way. I had music blasting back there. I had Rockstar going. It was fucking amazing. But I didn't like see every bit of the news. So for all I know, Nickelback, his band, I don't know, something went in there and beat somebody up on live TV. I have no fucking clue because everybody just started fucking hating him. And I don't know where it came from. Because like I said, even if you don't like his music, it ain't like he's that bad. I mean, think about it. It's not like his music is like god-awful dreadful. So how that happened, I have no fucking clue. Pop and rock, some. Michael Jackson's pretty good. Even, you know, what they say about him. His music's good. That's what I'll say. Yeah, we're talking about somebody saying they like electronics. Alex says that he likes rock, remix, electronic. I honestly, I don't know if I can name all the genres nowadays. There's so many fucking weird things with music, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, fucking Linkin Park is another one, man. I love Linkin Park. Still do. You remember them fucking Dragon Ball Z like montages that they used to do with Linkin Park? Every single fucking time you'd be on YouTube, there'd be a new Dragon Ball Z montage with fucking Linkin Park blasting in the background in the end and all that shit. And they had like Gohan like, powering up and with the fucking bird flying by and all this shit. I used to think that shit was so fucking badass. And now that you look at it now, it's just fucking stupid as shit. But I still enjoy it. So how's retirement treating you the last few years from YouTube anyways? I retired from one thing and got into another because now I got a full-time fucking job that keeps me busier than I'd ever like to be. And it's a great job. Don't get me wrong. I love my job and I love what I do and I love the life I've made for myself. And it does great for me, It bought me this fucking place that I'm living in. But, I mean, overall, I just retired one thing and went into another. But things are going to slow down for me. And, obviously, I have time today. It's Sunday. And, things are going to slow down for me. And so I can do some more stuff here. I decided, by the way, to put this, because I'm looking here at my display, put this big-ass fucking clown flannel back on me. It's always too big for me. David Jaffe, you son of a bitch, calling that out. But it is too damn big for me. I got me a new vest that I can put on when it starts to warm up a little bit and everything. But right now, this place stays fucking cold. Because I don't use the furnace. Because the furnace is like this big-ass old furnace. I got a new one that I'm looking at. But this big-ass old furnace, and it just drains the fucking electric. I mean, you want to talk about an electric bill, that thing will eat you alive. It's broken, it's had some damage on it, and it already has issues to begin with, and the electric it draws is fucking crazy. So I use these little space heaters, and basically if I need to go in from one room to the next, I turn one on, heat the room up, go in there, because I refuse to use the fucking furnace right now. The furnace works. Oh God, man, it works. Don't get me wrong, it will burn this fucking place up when I turn it on. So the furnace works good, it just eats electricity, and you get a new furnace. I think there's like more energy-saving furnaces now. I'm boring you guys to fucking death. Let's see now. Skits would be nice, JC says. Hold your anus, buddy. They might just be coming. Cody's mediocre. I think, did I read that? Because I feel like I've read that before. I feel like I read the Cody's mediocre. I'm going back in circles here. What's your types of food and movies? God, man, I love horror flicks. When it comes down to food, I'm pretty fucking basic and boring. I like pizza, traditional pepperoni. I don't give a shit about a lot of toppings on it. I grew to the point where I could start eating peppers, but I still fucking hate olives. Don't ever put a fucking anchovy on my pizza, and I have no fucking clue about pineapple on pizza, so don't ask me that controversial shit. There you go. That's basically the rundown about the food. But yeah, basically pizza, burgers, basic ass shit. Like I said, when it comes down to movies, anything horror, man, I love horror shit. But I also like action flicks. I've been really binging action flicks lately. I went off and got a bunch of them on Blu-ray. They've got that new Ultra HD stuff going on where it's 4K. And I got the 4K TV and I got the Xbox Series X, so I could just pop it in there. But because they've went all out basically doing the Ultra HD, it's making it to the point where these Blu-rays, the 1080p quality, are going on sale, and I don't give a fuck about 4K versus 1080p. So I'm just going out and buying up these fucking 1080p Blu-rays now because they're getting so cheap. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I've just been stockpiling action movies. I got like the Die Hard collection. I got the Rambos. I got the Rocky's not really an action, but it's, I don't know. I love those movies. So I got all 5 of the Rockies, and that's basically what I did. I also got all the fucking Harry Potters. People are thinking, what a fucking dork. I'll tell you right now, though, the Harry Potters are, sometimes I don't like them. Sometimes I do. Like, I like watching those during like Halloween and Christmas. I don't know why, but they kind of give a Christmas vibe too. And they got kind of a good little thing going with that. And there is literally a magical feeling about them. So sometimes I enjoy them. Other times I think they're really cringy and really weird. And I guess it just depends on the mood I'm in. But they had them really cheap, so I got all the fucking Harry Potters too. Need to get all the fucking Lord of the Rings, man. Let me see here. Oh, shit. Did it just kick me fucking down again? I was reading that. God dang it. Fuck. Okay, somebody was saying something. I don't remember where the comment went, but somebody was saying something about I needed to make some nut cookies on live stream. I don't know if you were being serious. From the world that I come from and the shit that I've been involved with like YouTube in the past, when I hear that, I ain't hearing what you probably think I'm hearing. So I don't know if you were saying that in a serious way or if you were telling me I need to make some nut cookies. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not doing any live streams where I'm making nut cookies. It's not happening, all right? All right, it's not happening. You go to bed, you dream about that all night, you think about it all night. That's all you, buddy, because I'm not doing it on any live stream. I promise you that. Why the fuck did I need to go on about that shit? I had no damn idea Barry was still breathing. I tried to tell people that I was still breathing. You know, every once in a while I would go and I would leave breadcrumbs that Barry is coming back. And that's all I could do. But I couldn't do much more than that because, it took me forever to even get fucking electric going in this place, man. I mean, the fucking area had nothing. I had to set up everything. Yeah, I mean, fucking everything. The wires under the ground that needed to be put to the pole. I mean, everything needed to be set up. It was blank ass nothing. So it took me forever to get electric even going in this place. I finally got my shit set up. I got me a brand new gaming desk in here. And it's really nice shit, by the way. I decked myself out. I got myself a really nice chair. Got myself one of these mouse pads with the gel thing on it. I've had to put everything together myself. So I've been sitting in here just tinkering and building on things. I got myself this really nice entertainment system with my new TV. I've been just putting shit together. Thank God for Amazon and shit like that because it's basically where I'm getting most of my furniture. I'm just buying things. And I'm only doing new shit. So, I'm hurting myself in that way. But, in some ways, as weird as this is, I kind of like to build shit. Like, I like to pull out the instructions, and I kind of like to build shit. I kind of just like tinker with it. So, I have fun with it. Like, this fucking shelf, on the other hand, though, if you're screwing something in, you sick fucks, get it out of your head. But if you're screwing something in and it goes kind of sideways, that's usually fine, but not with drawers. It ain't. I got some of the screws kind of sideways, and when I did that, now, I have to, the fucking drawers won't close that good. And all I need to do is smash those fucking screws in or get them and even them back out. But I didn't have the power drill or whatever to do it with at the time. I do now. And I need to go back in there and do that. But that was one of those times where I just didn't enjoy putting furniture together because it just kept snagging. I need to fix that. There's only 2 drawers in it that's snagging. I think it's the 4th and 5th, like you guys give a fuck. Let's see. Everyone dip for a while. Sorry, man. I'm so out of fucking order. I'm not sure what everybody's talking about here. I've heard of them, but as Insane Clown Posse, but I don't know if I even know their music. Maybe I ought to do one of those. I've seen where Billy Bob's doing the reaction streams and he's doing them to music. God, you motherfuckers. You keep sending him this shit trying to get him copyright struck. He's doing it on Rumble now. But let me tell you something. I don't know if any of you are listening to this that actually donate or do whatever with fucking Billy Bob, but let me tell you something. He don't fucking know shit about music. He don't have a fucking clue. He's got no favorite singer and no favorite. He just thinks sometimes tunes are cool. He don't know shit about music. I mean, this guy is fucking stupid as shit with music. So when you're sending him music to react to and he's just sitting there nodding his head, that's your own fucking fault. How the fuck could you not see this? This guy don't know motherfucking music. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, I was saying, I'd probably react to some music. Off this web, off of fucking YouTube, I'd react to some music because I love hearing new shit. I'd love to have new tunes sent to me. I like having new stuff introduced to me that I don't know. I've been really enjoying that. But some of my friends have been sending me new stuff, and I'm fucking Captain America, man, because I'm not joking. I literally keep a fucking list of stuff I need to catch up on because I am so behind. I didn't just disappear from YouTube for years, man. I disappeared for most of life. And I have been not relevant with shit. I've just been working my ass off, grinding and earning money, building my home, building my career. That's all I've been trying to do. I don't get much time for much else. And during that time, I don't have much for enjoyment. My enjoyment comes from usually just sitting on my fucking ass. I'll watch some TV or something, eat some food, and then I go right back to fucking work. And, I own my own business, so I do my own stuff, and I'm very blessed, and I'm very happy with the job I have. It's an amazing job, but I'll just tell you right now that when it comes down to it, it takes a lot of my time to earn all this shit. And I've been just out of date with music and movies, and, there's people that try to send me TV shows like, oh, you got to watch this. I finally watched The Boys. That was just a little while ago. I think it was about 7 months ago now. And I finally watched The Boys, and I love The Boys. I don't know if you know what The Boys is. It's like an Amazon Prime exclusive, and I love that show. So I got a lot of shit that I got to catch up on when I can slow down on things. But yeah, I'm fucking Captain America, man. I got a list of music and movies and TV shows that people are wanting me to watch and do things with. HBK23 says, glad to see this man still wearing the same exact clothes. Look, motherfucker, I washed this fucking shirt specifically. I had to find this shit. Okay, because I didn't want to just show up in some random clothes. You guys know me wearing the red flannel. So I was like, there's no way that I'm going to go on live stream and not wear the red flannel. I did that weeks ago. All right, because I knew at some point I'm coming back. Thank God I had it already ready to go. Because if I didn't, I don't know. I don't know if I would have hit the live button. Because like I said, it's very spontaneous. I literally was just like, fuck it, let's go live. So thank God I had this shit. Or else I honestly don't think I would have. Because I feel like it would have fucking crippled things, man. Like, you come on here and you're not wearing the red flannel? Come on. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to jump between different flannel. I used to do that. I used to have like green and everything. But right now I'm going with red. It's the end of that water, so we are on borrowed time right now till my voice fucking dies. Might reduce it. Proper insulation. If I'm reading your name right, Ashton Crafter, you probably do have a good point about that. The insulation on that furnace is absolute shit. I did try to change the filter out on it and everything because the filter was really old. But aside from that, the insulation probably does need work, and there's a lot of things that do need work, but I'm not Mr. Moneybags or anything, but honestly, I just, at this point, think it would just be easier just to get another one. That thing has had so many issues. It had water in it at one point in time, according to one of the people that looked at it, and they were just telling me I should probably get another one too. So I could go through and try to reduce the bill and everything, put the insulation and stuff into it, but I think I'd rather just get the whole system set up. I mean, I'm renovating everything on here. I'm going to have a very fucking amazing kitchen when it's done. But right now, I've got to fix some stuff in there. I got to tear out the old cabinets too. But I'm going to have a fucking amazing kitchen when that thing's done. Sorry to jump topics off of the furnace. But yeah, I've got a lot of fucking projects planned for this place. But it takes time, man. Let's see. I've bounced back down to the bottom of the chat. Sorry, guys. By the way, would you guys at some point like to see me do some live streaming with video games or whatever? I don't know how much you guys are into that. I don't know how much my audience, because my audience, it comes from BBT. And I don't know how much you guys would want to see me do gaming stuff. I seen my boy on here, Gaming Fishman was on here before. He used to do a lot of gaming stuff and everything. And it made me want to get back into it, jump in and just have a blast with it. But I never got back into that stuff. I'd like to. I've got the Xbox over here. I just got to find the right things to play. That fucking, what's it called? Because I know Dead by Daylight, of course, busting up with a Dead by Daylight. I think he used to ask about that too, about 3 years back, about that Dead by Daylight. We're gonna have to play that at some point. But I think I would like to try out the fucking Pal World because everybody's been talking about how great it is, and the few little shots I gave it, it's nothing like Pokemon. I couldn't even figure out half the shit. So I might have to try that with people. That might be a people one. Bus Night, if you've got PC, we might have to do something like that. I don't know if you'd want to get Pal World, but we might just have to do something like that. Get a few people together and try it out. Because I'd like to try something that's kind of like open, where you can go places and do things and shit like that. But I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. And like I said, I'm so behind that I don't know this shit. And Pal World's been like trending like everywhere. And everybody's telling me how fucking great it is. And I'm like, is it though? Or is it just trending for no fucking reason? Is Rock trying to be Hulk Hogan now with his lies? I'm way out of order here, guys. Sorry about that. But like I said, it jumps me. It's chat they got in OBS now. It's this new chat. And it just jumps me like wherever the fuck it wants me now. So I have no fucking clue. Now, what was the question that I said? Is Rock trying to be the new Hulk Hogan? I hope not, man. I've only heard of the one lie that he's told. So let's hope it's not a ongoing thing. Hopefully he got caught in it. He tucks his tail between his legs and gets the fuck out of there and says, I ain't doing that again. Hopefully. That's the only time he does that. Brandon says he has no problem with him facing Roman. You mean Rock and Roman? I'm sure there's people out there that don't have a problem with it, but there's a lot more that do. And now that it's become like a trending thing, I swear to you, they're going to get booed out of the ring. If they just go through with it the way they've been doing it, I don't care if it's a good match. I don't care if it's better for like financials. They're going to get booed out of the ring. They're going to, man. Everything they do is going to get booed. It's going to be like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg during their retirement match. If you remember that, I think it was like 2004 or 5. I don't remember when the fuck that was. But they just got booed the fuck out of the ring. Because, people catch on. They hear shit. And they'll sabotage it. Fans are fucking awful. They'll sabotage it. They'll do it on purpose. I don't care if Rock and Reigns go in there and tear that shit up. They will fucking sabotage it. Just because they're assholes, whiny crybabies that got to have their fucking way. Even though Cody, I think, will win the title. And I think it is going to happen because I don't think Cody's 50-something years old. He's not going to, unless he gets hit by a truck tomorrow, he's going to be fine. He's going to finish his story. Like I said, this is probably the last shot you might get with Rock. But they don't give a fuck. They wanted it now. Rock came in and fucked them right now. So they're going to basically be big-ass babies about it. And they will boo them out of the fucking ring. Because they're going to say, hey, you came in and fucked Cody, so we're going to bully your company into doing what we want, or we're going to fuck you. Even if the money's great, even if it sells tickets, people are going to fuck them out of everything. Such crybaby bullshit, man. Let's see now. Where the fuck am I? Okay, there are so many that I'm very far, I'm sure, behind here. Those Barry playthroughs. I'm at the bottom now. Yeah, I'd have fun with doing that kind of shit, but I don't know if I'd want to do it on YouTube or if I'd want to do it on Twitch. My audience is on YouTube right now. I'll get like nothing on Twitch, but I also heard that's where you do gaming, so I don't know. What all have I missed, guys? What all have I missed? Probably a lot. Sugary drink helps your voice better than water. Too fucking late. I brought a water over here and it's gone. Have I missed anything else? How long will I be on stream? Otis is asking. Probably not long. My voice is already dying. I'm probably about ready on my way out. Got to get good at playing it a lot. Yeah, you do. It's very skill-based, Dead by Daylight. I don't know about hyper and excitable, man. I didn't even have any sugar today. You ain't seen me on sugar, motherfucker. You get me on sugar and you will be surprised. You motherfuckers remember when I used to do Mountain Dew all the time? Piss like a racehorse. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. I put that on Twitter. All right. Well, I've got a lot more shit to say. But my voice is starting to crack. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. eventually, I'm going to come back on here and stream again. We'll have another talk. We'll sit down and we'll just chat about some things. I might even at some point get fucking BBT back on here. So he ain't whining about Wrestle Chumps. We might just go over this shit again in Wrestle Chumps. Because not everybody's going to have seen this live stream. So we might go over this shit again on Wrestle Chumps. And BBT can shut the fuck up. Because I know he wants me to talk about this shit that's going on with Vince. But like I said, news ain't evergreen, man. News ain't evergreen. So when you do it, it's only relevant for the time. And when it's past, nobody goes back and watches that shit. It's better for a live stream than it is for a video, in my personal opinion. Maybe some clips could come out of it. But I don't want to be a fucking news guy. I don't want to jump. Number one, WWE doesn't always have something I want to talk about. So I can't say I just want to always talk about wrestling. Because there's not enough shit to want to talk about. There just ain't. But right now, there's some big stuff. And I know this is some big, big stuff with like fucking Vince McMahon and everything. But that's it. Like the Vince stuff, the Rock stuff, we're having a big time right now. So I'll probably have to go back over that. I had some other things I wanted to talk about too. I don't know if you guys have seen like the stuff Billy Bob's got going on with his website and everything. But he's got a lot of stuff going on with his website. And it's neat. It's new. Maybe next time we'll talk a little bit about what he's going to be doing on there and some things that, not detailed, but, some little ideas about some stuff that's going to be going in there to make it a better user experience. So might go into that later for Billy Bob. But yeah, we'll eventually do some more stuff. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm afraid to say too much because I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. That was the comment I missed before. About the nut cookies. We're just in that right there. All right, guys. I see people are still commenting. But I've got to get off here. My throat's fucking dead. I have some stuff I got to get done. I'm still putting some things together here in the place. And I got some fucking work to do. So this is probably going to be me calling it quits for the day. I don't know how long I've been on here because I'm on fucking OBS screen with the chat on the corner. But yeah, this is going to be me calling it quits for the day. I will see you guys next time I get on here. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to stop this. Here it is. I found the button. I fucking found it. I'll see you guys next time on the next stream. We'll do This Barry live again. Come on here and talk a little bit, have some fun, and we'll address some things in the future. You probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about. We'll get into it later. So yeah, thank you guys for coming in here. Thank you guys for saying hi. It's been great to come back and just talk to y'all. Just have a good old-fashioned fucking time. I'll tell you right now, I fucking suck with outros. I fucking suck with them. I don't know how to say goodbye. Fuck y'all!